Okay, I believe I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. The name of this video is What Are You Praying For? Part 2 of 2. And in this video I'm going to talk about who prayers are granted to. Let's see. And I found a lot that I would like to use. Let's see. So you seek God with all your heart. Wait upon God. Return to God. And I guess that's for, like people who backslid from God, but then they decide to come back to God. Yeah, good news for them. Good news for you people. Hey, you can come back to God. God's always God's still there. Ask in faith. Ask in the name of Christ. Ask according to God's will, and fear God. And by the way, I looked up that word. In the blueletterbible.com, I clicked on that word, and it's and this kind of fear God. The fear God here, that's respect. Just thought I'd explain that in case somebody didn't know that. And that's probably why atheists believe that Christians are afraid of God. Because of scriptures like this. And because of scriptures that say, fear God. Let's see, and atheists tend to take a lot of scriptures out of context, and in prayer. One video posted by an atheist, I won't mention no names, but he decided to post a video to prove that to Christians that God doesn't exist. He told a Christian first, get a Bible and read a couple of scriptures. The scripture he read was talking about after Jesus was resurrected from the dead. How Jesus appeared to his disciples and all those people at the same time. And then that scripture where Jesus said, where two or three, when whether there are two and three, and he asked in my name, I am in there in the midst, or something like that. And that scripture is right there. And this atheist took that to mean that if you grab a friend and pray and ask Jesus to appear to you, then he'll do it. I probably should have mentioned this in the last video. This video, that is, for one thing, a contradiction in a prayer. Just saying, God, when you're saying that, God, we believe you exist, but we want you to prove it. I mean, what is that? First of all, you're supposed to believe by faith. Alright. And you're not believing in faith if you're asking God to appear to you. Because you're wanting proof of his existence. For new Christians, newly converted Christians, it starts out as blind faith, and then they start seeing confirmations. stuff that confirms what they believe about God. Answered prayers. The prayers are being answered because because they seek God with all their heart. They wait upon God. They ask in faith. They ask in the name of Christ. They ask according to God's will, and they fear God. Yeah, that is why. When you ask, you ask in faith and belief, then you start seeing evidence. I mean, of course, it's gonna be evidence. It's gonna be. I mean, you'll be satisfied with that evidence, but you're not gonna convince any atheist, with that. Experience. Yeah, and I've tried to, so you're not gonna convince any atheist. So the best thing to do is pray for them. Let's see. Yeah, and I have a lot of scriptures, which I will post on I believe it's called annotations. Where it has those pop-ups on the screen. Yeah, probably around here or here. I usually have it to my right, so it's gonna be in here somewhere. This is probably the most scriptures I had. Anyways, and it's very dangerous. Where a lot of people, excuse me, what a lot of people do is, which is very dangerous, which could lead them to atheism, is, like I said in the last video, they ask for the wrong reasons. They pray for their own lustful desire. Yeah, and now I'm not saying that praying for material things in itself, praying for a new car in itself, a new house, I don't believe that that's a sin right at that moment. Where it does become a sin is if you would rather have that than God. When it starts to become an idol. That's where it becomes a sin. And when people don't get it, then they use that to prove that God don't exist. And yet I believe that is. Now I've heard it said that it takes more faith to be an atheist than it does to be a Christian. That's for one thing. And evolution, Big Bang, what that basically is saying is, for some unknown reason, poof, there's the universe, the earth, and the galaxies, and the sun, the solar system, and whatever. I mean, everything. Poof, there's everything. And then, evolution. Poof, there's life. That very first amoeba. It just doesn't make any sense. Now if atheists would give God half a chance, and another chance, and quit putting words in God's mouth and follow the Bible and actually follow these scriptures, then they would start seeing evidence of God. Christians cannot prove that God exists. Do not try to convince an atheist with the stuff that you experience. It gets frustrating. So I usually just, back off when I feel like, when I know that I'm losing. Nothing I'm saying is convincing him. And I decide to, just let him believe what he wants, and maybe I should pray for those atheists. Anyways, these are the prayers are answered if atheists would seek God with all their heart, wait upon God, return to God, ask in faith, ask in the name of Christ, ask according to God's will, and fear God. And like I said, that kind of fear means respect. Then they would start experiencing God in a way that they never had believed possible. And there's something else. Answered prayer is proof of God's existence. Which, atheists would probably disagree with that. But come on, if you read the Bible, then you would expect, those scriptures back up what I just said, which I'm going to be typing. You'd be reading that expecting that if you seek God and, all that, and your prayers will be answered. You'll be asking for pure things. And I think some of the biggest thing is that you have to remember is, it's God's timing. God's timing. It's the biggest thing about this. Because when we pray for, good things, and we want whenever we want it, we don't want to wait for God, we want it now. And I'm going to think that God's going to teach us patience by forcing us to wait longer. Hold on a minute. I am running out of time. But I do believe I covered the basic things in this video. My next video will be called hold on a minute. I just type it in the bulletin thing, whatever you call it. Because I can't find it. I forgot the name of it. And I guess this is it.